Joining us now to talk about Biden's visit to Poland and Ukraine is political science professor Grant Neeley from the University of Dayton in Ohio. Professor, now that his trip is over, what do you think was the most significant thing that the president said or did while he was overseas?
Well, I think this was really to burnish, the stance of the U.S. along with the allies in Eastern Europe who are concerned about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. I mean, it was a clear message to say, we're standing with you. We understand, Ukraine is in the fight, but also to all of those other countries there that we are a partner and we're someone who you can rely on, even though we're across the ocean. We're here for you and we value your friendship and we're here to be a partner and support you. I think it was, a bold move by him to step into the space of a war that's been ongoing for a year now. It sends a clear message to the countries who are most concerned about this. They live with Russia next door and in close proximity their entire existence. And I think that they are rightly concerned, based off the invasion of Ukraine, that they might be next.
Meeting with the B9 countries today, Biden reaffirmed the U.S.'s commitment to defending every inch of NATO territory. Do you think there's growing concern that Putin may expand this war beyond Ukraine's borders?
Well, I think for countries that see the attack on Ukraine as an unprovoked aggressive action, they're concerned. I mean, they all know that Russia appears to want to try to reclaim some of its past glory. And they're concerned about that. And I think that's why the president went there to try to reaffirm the U.S. commitment and to speak directly to them. And it says a lot for a sitting president to go there and speak with those people and meet with those countries.
Biden has received a lot of praise for visiting Ukraine and making a powerful speech in Poland yesterday. Why is U.S. intervention and allyship so important in a moment like this?
Well, I think it's the bedrock of what NATO stands for. As a founding member, as a member who has stood up to, within the Warsaw Pact and now the aggression faced by Ukraine. That's a role that the United States has always held. We've always held that leadership role in supporting allies and partners. And I think that this is that continuation of that message to say we're not going to back down. Even if you hear, some grumblings, he goes as the commander in chief and as the chief diplomat for the United States government to say we're committed to you.
Do you think this trip has had the impact Biden was hoping for?
I think it did. The report is, out from all of the media that covered it, the European media, resounding success. And, you unfortunately saw the reaction from Putin, to pull back from some of the nuclear agreements. So it definitely had an impact on our allies and partners, and in this case, on an adversary. I think he's trying to send a message to the United States to not meddle here. It's a continued disinformation campaign where he's trying to claim that the West started the war. That we all know that's a false narrative, and he's trying to bolster his own, I think, internal domestic political futures by making himself look strong and standing up to what he fashions as the aggressor in this case.
Thanks so much for joining us, Professor.
Thank you.
Also trending today, closer to home, the Canadian Screen Awards. This year's leading nominees include a series about North America's black train porters in the 1920s and a coming-of-age film set in Scarborough.